everyone. Welcome to Mindset Mami. And guess what, guys? I have Melissa Etienne from my Haitian house. I'm so geeked out. I'm so excited. Look at her. She's taking her nail polish off. This is so authentic, Melissa, in her most transparent presentation, which is who she is. She gives you her very best, who she is all the time. And her personality is what brought me to ask her to do Mindset Mami, and I'm so thankful that she accepted. Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you for having me. Girl, please, you're giving me something to do. You know, I mean, we got to stay in the house, can't do nothing. So
I know. Are you rocking big chop hair?
Yes, I am. So this
Perfect.
is the Rapunzel wig.
Nice.
And it's like a whole 28 inches of hair.
28. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of hair.
I have two of these wigs and I mix them up. Majority of the time I like to wear 24 inches because, you know, I can move around freely. Yeah. But I always end up in the 28 inch and I get stuck in a door or, you know, a window or something, but I'm still cute though.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So let's get started with some of these questions. So how'd you get started with my big chop hair? Now, the reason why I ask is, was it a big chop that led to my big chop hair? Like you felt like you needed to create something for women who are going completely natural? Is that what it was?
Definitely, totally. Okay, so just a quick little background. I started my business because I had a child. He was only 1 year old and I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Yeah. I wanted to be like a housewife. And I was just like, I'm not going back to work. So I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I've always been into hair and fashion. Right. So I just scoured the internet, like figuring out how I was going to kind of like stay in my realm of what I like. Mm-hmm. And then I fell upon hair extensions. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do that. Especially since I have an aunt who's a flight attendant who had already been telling me like, oh, do hair extensions. I go to Africa all the time. The women there, they need things. So I was like, okay, like just her saying that and me already having an idea that I wanted to do something with hair and fashion. I was like, okay, this is God and, you know, talking to me and telling me like, that's your plan. That's what you need to do. So I've been doing it ever since. My son is 10 now.
Oh, wow. That long?
Yes. It's been basically 10 years in the making. Cause once I got pregnant and he was born, I was like, okay, I'm a housewife. Like, I'm not going anywhere. So,
right. Well, that's great. That's great. So my question is, did your, because do you consider yourself an influencer, like a lifestyle influencer on social media?
Okay, I guess so.
Okay, why do you hesitate?
I really didn't like that word.
Okay.
I really just feel like, because I just like to be authentic and I don't like to sell people things in the sense where you're pushing products, you don't really even care about it. It's like they're giving you money to market it and it's just like, it's some bullshit. You know, a lot of people do that for a check and I'm like, I can't do that, you know? So I stayed away from that word for a long time, but then I found a way to make it where like I can actually align myself with the brands that I do like, so that I don't feel like I'm being forced to say the things that I say. So technically, I guess I'm an influencer, like technical terms, but I'm just keeping it real. Like the other day I was doing my makeup and I literally was like, this makeup sucks. Don't get this, you know? Like, I'm not gonna tell you something is good if it's not good, and I'm gonna let you know if it's bad too.
Right. So how'd you get your following? Is it the big chop hair though? Because if you're not necessarily considering yourself an influencer, how did these people gravitate to you? Was it the hair? What made you become my Haitian house? Like, how did that name come about? Because that doesn't have anything to do with big chop hair.
No, my Haitian house actually doesn't have anything to do with big chop hair. And it's so funny because my page is so me that I'll be forgetting to sell my hair on my page.
Right.
Like, oh shit, let me tell them what I'm wearing so, you know, they can get some of that. But so big chop, what happens was I was doing a lot of personal things on the big chop hair page. And then I felt like it was a little unprofessional. So I wanted to start my own personal page. And I did, and I started My Haitian House, which is ironically the same year that we purchased our home.
Okay.
So, I was into house, like
decorating,
home decorating, and just making the house a home, and just pouring into my house. And I was like, this is my Haitian house. Like, my husband is Haitian.
He is.
Yes.
Okay.
A Haitian connection. So
the name came about.
Haitian all around, you know, his family's over, my family's over. This is like a big Haitian house on the block, girl.
Yes.
So
I love it.
I pushed off to My Haitian House. And then some of my followers came from Big Chop Hair. And then the rest just started coming in like, you're so crazy. I like you. You know, you're in my head. And I was like, okay, cool. You know?
No, I love it. You're my friend in my head. Like, because you do give that vibe. Because when you're doing your stories and you're doing your reels, you do give, like I said at the beginning, a very authentic vibe. And that's what gravitated me to you. I actually found your page randomly on Explorer. Because like I'm going through Explorer, and it was when you got that tray and you had like the bacon dripping out, and I'm like, what is this? Because I'm Haitian myself, so I'm like, My Haitian House, what is this? So then I went and I drilled in further, and I'm seeing all your reels, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so bubbly and she's so like full of personality and so lively. So trust me, it works. And if you don't want to be called an influencer, I'll call you, because you are an influencer. Trust me.
Well, I've come around to the term now. I have come around to the term. So I don't mind being called an influencer. But you know, it takes a little while to get into these things.
Yeah.
It takes a little while for you to actually even grasp the fact that people like you and people know you, or you might even be out and somebody will see you and speak to you. And it's like, oh my God, like, you know me, you know?
Right.
And it's very strange. So you really do have to kind of like start to really feel it and like understand it, and then say, okay, I guess I could rock with it.
Right. Absolutely. So this is a little bit more on the serious side, but you know, there's a whole Free Haiti movement going on, and Haiti is historically have always had issues with political strife. I only bring it up because, you know, I'm also Haitian, and I kind of want to just give a little bit of acknowledgement to that. How do you feel about the current situation in Haiti? And you don't have to go too deep into it, because I want to try to keep us as light as possible, but again, still acknowledging that something is actually happening. Any thoughts on the current Free Haiti movement?
Honestly, I feel very bad for Haiti. I feel, and you know something, and I'm going to make it even more personal. I honestly feel bad for myself and my family. The fact that so many people are here in America with the dream of going back to Haiti. You know, like being in a Haitian American household, our parents are always building in Haiti, doing things in Haiti, because that's where they want to end up. They want to go back to their country and be happy in their country. And this year, well, the end of last year, I felt very bad for my own mother, because my mother was supposed to spend the entire winter in Haiti. My mother was leaving New York. She was like, I don't want to have anything to do with the current situation of New York, the United States. I'm going to Haiti. I'm going to be in the sun. My mother was in Haiti for 10 days and had to come home because the state, it's just crazy out there. And I felt so bad. When my mother came home, she was devastated. You know, she was not supposed to be in New York. She was supposed to be just relaxing in her country, and she couldn't even do that. So it's sad for what's going on in Haiti, but it's also sad for us, our generation, who wants to be able to be active in Haiti and do things in Haiti as well. I do as much as I can from here, but I would love to be able to go back and forth to Haiti freely. I would, every time I'm supposed to go, every time I have a flight booked for Haiti, I can't go. I can't go. And it's like, I'm trying to go. Like, get this together.
Right.
So it's a lot going on, but hopefully we Haitian people, we're very strong people. We are resilient people. We fight for what we want. We're gonna get what we want. Yeah. So it's going to happen eventually. Yeah. I don't know when, but we'll stay positive in hopes that it all turns around sooner than later.
Absolutely. I appreciate you saying that you feel bad for yourself, because I love that response, because that's how I feel. I was born out there, and it's kind of like hard. I've been back, like I born out there, came up here when I was 5. I went back when I was 15 and haven't been back since. Nor do I have necessarily a desire to, because of all the things that you've said. I have a desire because, that's my country, but it's kind of like, I'm so shook. You know what I mean? That it's and my family's out there. Like the majority of my family is literally living out there. So I get it. I feel bad for all of us who want to have that connection, and unfortunately have these types of circumstances that keep us away. But so funny, a lot of people aren't kept away. A lot of people actually do be in Haiti. Like it's become like a spot. So I don't know where they're going. I need to figure out where they're going. But like, it's become such, like, if you go on YouTube, there's so many, and it's like diverse, like whites, whoever, everyone has chosen like Haiti to be their vacation spot. I don't know if it's just Labadee, but to a great extent, it's not doing as bad, but the Free Haiti movement is what kind of made you think maybe it isn't as great as people are saying that it is. So it's a little confusing, but
it's easy to go to visit. I feel like if you're going to a resort, you're going from a plane to a resort, and you're not roaming the country and trying to go visit your family, and you going into the cuts and stuff like that, then maybe it's possible to make it in and out of Haiti. But I mean, I don't want to do that. Like I want to roam the streets. I want to see every crack and crevice. I want to go to where my mother's house. I want to go everywhere. I'm not going to the island to lay down. I can go to the Hamptons and do that right here.
Right.
So I want to be in Haiti, like in it and feel it. And I think that's the part that we can't get to right now.
Good point. Good point. So how do you balance life as an entrepreneur, lifestyle influencer, there goes that title again, mom and wife? You wear a whole bunch of hats, and I know you alluded to the fact that you wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Is that what allows you to have the balance? Is there a balance, is number one? And number two, do you think the balance is more permissible because you are a stay-at-home mom and you're able to just kind of like navigate those things with less friction?
Okay, so I do feel like, okay, I'm gonna say the first thing is I have help. So I don't, because I want people to know that it's like, yes, I'm balancing it all, but I do have a support system who helps me. Because that is important. A lot of women want to really wear the hat and carry it all in their back, and they did it by themselves. And I mean, if that's your only option, to just do it all alone and not ask for help and not, seek out for help, then okay, more power to you. But don't do that if you don't need to, like if you have your mother to help you, if you have your mother-in-law to help you, if you can hire a nanny, a housekeeper, or anything that makes your life a little easier, so that you can pour into your children more, so you can pour into your husband more, so you can pour into your business more, because you don't want to wear yourself thin. So right. I have help, okay, and because of that, I feel like it's much easier for me to balance it all, and I'm blessed to have that help, and I don't take it for granted, because even with the help that I have, my 3 kids be having me up the wall. Okay,
you have 3?
Like, listen, I'll be like, go sit down. With my drink in my hand, like, cause they the kids, and my kids, and it's like I have 3 kids, but ironically, even though I have 3 kids,
you only have 2.
No, I have 3 kids.
What are the ages?
a 10-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, you have your hands full.
Yeah, so I have 3 kids, and I'm gonna tell you something. It's not even like a situation where my kids, they stay to themselves. They don't need attention. Like it's 3 of them, so they share attention. No. It's like each one of them is an only child. Okay, like I have to give each one of them all my attention, or they will like turn my neck, break my neck. Like they are on me. They don't play. Yeah. So I need some. So I have someone who's helping me like do housework. Like please go do some housework for me so I can deal with these kids. Yeah. With schooling, with all types of stuff. And then my husband, he, you know, I need him because at the end of the day, I need like, baby, hug me, cuddle me, like rub me, like, you know, because them kids will, like people ask me, oh, have another baby number 4, and I was like, listen, no, because I know I have it all on the plates. And I'm holding the plate. But baby number 4, she gonna have to be on another plate, and I can't do, you know. So it's never gonna happen.
I'm a mom of 3 myself.
For my drink, I'm gonna just introduce my little drink here.
Yes, please do.
It's gonna be accompanying me for the rest of my time.
Okay, there you go. Hi, drink. Well, we should name her. What's the name for the drink? Let's give her a cute name.
This is cranberry and vodka.
Okay, so we'll call her Anastasia.
Okay, Anastasia, I like that.
What's up, Anastasia? So thank you for joining us. But as a mom of 3 myself, I get it. I capped at 3, and people tend to ask me, oh, when are you gonna have a 4th? I'm like, if I have the 4th, you taking care of it? So I understand, it's too much. What I appreciate so much that you said, so the name of the show is Mindset Mami, and the whole purpose behind is people who are able to maintain a strong mindset of abundance and of feeling like they are in flow with God and on receiving mode despite life circumstances. And I have to give you your credit because I think how you're able to balance that is that your self-care game is on point. You having the ability to ask for help is your self-care game. It's your self-love game because like you said, a lot of women, especially Black women, want to feel like we are the superheroes. We're doing it all. We don't need any help. Meanwhile, we're digging ourselves deeper into a grave. So I give you so much credit for being the person who could say, nah, I need help so that I can be the best me. You know what I mean? And it shows because I'm telling you, the fact that you are able to maintain that, I didn't even know you had 3. The fact that you're able to maintain that shows that you're able to keep your cup full. And I appreciate that. Can you speak a little bit more about how you keep, I know some of these questions may not be the questions that I told you, but just to kind of stay within, stay within the mindset concept, can you give us a little bit more about how you keep your cup full? So I know you do, you know, the makeup, you apply makeup. I've seen you do reels where you're doing your nails and stuff like that. But can you give the ladies who struggle with balancing all of that, how you can keep yourself still feeling, you know, in Creole, we would say frais, like, you know, jum. So how you can do that with having so much on your plate? How do you do it?
Okay, so I personally do it in the sense where I feel like I have made my home like truly a place where I feel comfortable, where I have fun. I play music, I dance, I drink. It's like my house is like a club, you know, and I make it like that because I know like this is my home. This is where I should be the happiest. Okay. My children are always around. So I try to keep it where like they feel like they are part of the fun that I'm having. Yes. I like to cook. So that is a big thing here. My children, they help me with the cooking. Mm-hmm. Of course, my husband and I, we have our alone time. You know, we have our time together, and that's on a daily because we need to have each other as, you know, just to talk, what's going on, watch movies, just have a good time with. Mm-hmm. But I feel like keeping, and it's crazy too, because I don't want it to sound like selfish or something, but sometimes you really have to like ignore people. Ignore people. like ignore people that are not vibrating on what you vibrating on, or like having the same energy that what you're having. You know, there are people where everyone's entitled to go through something, okay? But you have to go through when you're going through something, you have to you're going through something, but you have to have like a positive ending, like how you're going to get to the positive part, the end, at the end, at the light in the tunnel. But some people, some people, they don't see the light. Some people, they just want to complain without any solutions. And it might seem harsh, but you gotta cut those people off. If you're calling me all the time and all you're doing is complaining all the time, and then me even trying to speak life into you and give you positivity and this, and you're not even accepting it, you don't even want to hear that. You just want to be on the woe is me type vibe. I can't befriend you. I can no longer, your relationship doesn't serve a purpose to me. And a lot of people feel like they are indebted to other people where they have to deal with their shit. They don't. You don't have to put up with people's shit, and they don't have to pour all their shit onto you all the time. And I personally don't allow that at all. If you're my friend and you're going through something and I can see you're honestly trying to get out of whatever it is you're going through, I'm going to help you. But if you are someone and you just want to be weighed down all the time and you're not even trying to take the weight off your shoulder, I can't really associate myself with people like that, because I want to get to the solutions of the problem. So that, I feel like people you have around you is a big way to take care of yourself, because people will drain your energy. People will steal your energy. People will steal your happiness. People will want to upset you. And sometimes you have to stay to yourself. So that's a form of self-care for me. Of course, we end every night as a family in prayer. Nice. Okay. So God is a big part of my life. Prayer is a big part of my life. And just my family is a big part of my life, and they help me to be happy.
Yeah. That's great. I'm so thankful that you set up boundaries and are very strict with your boundaries. Self-care isn't selfish is this trending thing that people love to say, but you protecting your energy isn't a selfish thing. And you owe no one any explanations. If someone isn't vibing on your frequency, you are entitled to not expose yourself to that, because it's going to lower your vibration. And your job is to keep your cup full. So I get that 100%. I struggle with that. Like, I'm someone who wants to rescue the world. So even when somebody is draining me, I'll still be like, okay.
Sometimes you don't want to be saved.
It's true, and this is something that I have to keep in perspective. My husband tries to remind me of that as well. So I give you credit 100%. And I appreciate you saying that. So the next question I have for you is, how do you seek or get inspired to create your content?
It's pretty easy, because it's just everyday life, I don't feel like I am a homebody. Okay, so let's start. I am a homebody. Before the situation, the current state of what we're going through, I've been in the house. So this is nothing. Is nothing for me. Like, people are like, you have it all together still. And I'm like, yeah, because I've been doing this. Like, I was social distancing before it was a thing, So so it's no big deal for me. And people, I feel like content, people want it to be relatable. People want to know what you're doing every day, so they could do it every day if they are not doing it. Or how are you fixing your cup of coffee, or how are you making your chocolate, your chocolat? It's easy, because I'm not like out in the street trying to figure things out, and like I'm not like I'm not a fashion creator or something, so I know a lot of them have to go to stores and put outfits together and do this and do that. But I'm just a mom. I'm a wife. I'm just taking care of my household. Even my business, I don't really even. My business has been. I've been in business for almost 10 years now. So it's basically like running itself at this point, which is good because I do get to just really pour into my kids and to myself and to my family. So we're just having fun in the house. Like I want the kids to always look back and remember all the fun things we did home together, the meals that we made, you know, the songs that we sang.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I love it. So can I ask you something? I noticed that you are very private about hubby. And you I think we get lucky to see the side profile.
You might get a little elbow. You might get that elbow.
Little finger or something. Is there a particular reason? And if you don't want to share, that's fine. Because that wasn't part of the original question. But is there a particular reason that makes you so protective about that?
Yeah, because I love my man, girl. Like, I love that man. And these chicks out here be thirsty. They be trying to drink him up, girl. And he's my juice, okay?
I hear you, and I get it. I admire it. I actually don't put pictures up of my husband or anything like that. Even if people know who he is, I keep it separate. And the reason why I bring that up is because I admire that. People tend to really not want to see people happy. It's not paranoia. I know one might say, oh, you're being no, it's called protecting your energy, because while you're showing so much, meanwhile, other people are just kind of like sending you evil eye. And even though I know I'm protected by God, I still don't want to attract that. You know what I mean? So I get it. And I just wanted to hear you say it because I identify with that so much. So more power to you.
No, that's true, because people like, you know, sometimes people feel like that's a way to validate your love for someone is by showing them off on social media and just really putting them out there. But it's like when you it's like the cherish, like as much as I cherish him, and like, girl, I don't even be wanting him to make another chick smile. Like, don't be smiling at my man. He ain't funny. Like, why is you laughing? You know, like, he makes me laugh. Like, and I don't care. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, one thing about me is people know, like my family knows, his family knows, people who know us know I'm crazy about him. Like, we are crazy about each other.
Yes.
And so I take complete, total pride in being crazy. Okay. And so y'all could look at this and like, that she crazy. Y'all, yes.
Yeah, basically. Yes. No, I hear you. I love it. Trust me. You have my support 100% because like you said, these chicks are thirsty. You know, let them find their own juice. So we kind of covered self-care. So how about we go with this one? If the world ends tomorrow, what would people remember you for? Tell us, Melissa.
If the world ended tomorrow, I feel like people would remember me for my personality and the way that I made them feel. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, you know, find me to be funny. Mm-hmm. And they say like when they're having a bad day, they come to my Instagram stories and they watch it and they like to see the way I interact with my children and how we just always seem to be having a good time, and it makes them happy. It makes them smile. So I do feel like that's what I would be remembered for, is just having a fun, carefree personality. Mm-hmm. I've always been that way. I'm a Sagittarius. Like,
shut up!
Yeah.
What day?
November 26th.
Oh my God! December 6th.
So you know, girl, we just be trying to twerk and drink and have a good time. Like, ain't nobody got time.
Drink. I put it to the side so I wasn't just too like wired, but like you're November 26th. That's crazy. I love Sages. My husband's a Sag. So whenever I hear that someone else is a Sag, I get mad hype. So I'm sorry. Go ahead. Not to interrupt you. Sorry.
Yeah. So we just be trying to have a good time. Mm-hmm. We don't have time for nonsense, drama. Like, we just trying to, where's the music at? Where's the party at? Where's the good time? Where's the vibes? That's basically me. So when people say like compliment my personality or say I'm down to earth and carefree, I feel like I know.
You definitely are. And now I understand why, because you're a Sag. It makes sense now. That's why you're a vibe in a whole mood, Melissa. So what's the biggest thing you have ever manifested into your life?
Okay, so, let's just real quick, manifesting, right?
Yes.
Because it's a little controversy on that topic.
Yes.
But I am very spiritual. I pray to God. I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ.
Yes.
And I just always feel like I have told and spoken to God and basically given my life to him in the sense where whatever I need, he's going to give me. So I always put my trust in him in the sense where like I know, like for our house that we live in right now, we wanted to get a place. So we were looking everywhere and we were going to move at the Avalon. Do you know the Avalon, or is there Avalon where you are? So it's just like high-end apartments, like luxury apartments and stuff like
really?
That.
Okay.
Right. So, and it didn't work out for us. And it was like always a situation where we always would say to ourselves, okay, whatever doesn't work out for us is because God has something better planned for us. So we would always say like we were gonna have a house, a big house with like a basketball court and this and that for the kids. And God, it's like from my mouth to God's ears, because within like a year and a half, we had everything that we had spoken for. Nice. So I feel like just through the power of prayer and believing and knowing that your heart is full, you can get what you want. You know, some people call it manifestation, some people call it prayer, some people call it whatever it is you call it, as long as it's like really what's on your heart and that's truly your passion and your higher being, like you're aligned with your higher being to receive that. I feel like it is possible. But I do like to just make it very clear that I'm Christian and I pray, you know, I believe in God, I believe in Jesus Christ, and I do believe that he hears me and he answers my prayers. So it's funny because when I read that part, when you sent me the questions, I read manifestation, I was like, ooh, because it's like, I don't know, because I do have a little like issue with that word, but I do believe it, but I do believe it's through God at the same time, because I don't know who people be manifesting things through. I just need to make sure you know who I'm talking about. You know?
Absolutely. So, I appreciate you for making the distinction. I know a lot of people who have a Christian background do have some discomfort with that word. It truly is whatever resonates with you and whatever you feel is the higher power that contributes to your well-being. So if it's Jesus, if it's God, the word pretty much manifest it's in simple terms, it's just producing something from your thoughts and your prayers and knowing that it came from that. Like it came from your faith in that.
Okay, that's good to know, because sometimes I get a little like, I'm not trying not to get too, I try not to get too heavy on certain things, because you know, especially in the world of Instagram, people be so like hyped to start issues and stuff, and I do have time for trolls because they make me laugh, so I do be like trolling on the internet a little bit. Yeah. But when it comes to God, though, I don't play, so I'll be like.
As she says on her Anastasia, go ahead and sip on Anastasia. So as we wrap up with Mindset Mami with Melissa Etienne from My Haitian House, I'd like to ask Melissa to share again, I know you definitely did say, you know, you got to keep it positive and stuff like that. What would you give to a woman who doesn't really have it all together like the way that you do? Because believe it or not, you have it together in the sense of you are extremely proactive in your responses to life. You're not waiting for life to show you how to have a good time. You're putting on music, you're cooking with your family, you're having a good time, you're making it a party in your house every day. That could just be your answer, you know, like, but how would you give it to the person who's watching, who's like, I love Melissa's energy. I wish I could just take a page from her book. What would the page be? What would the page say to someone who just doesn't have it like how you have it? And what I mean by that is energy, like the way you are energetically drawn to producing these type of results for your life.
It's you really just have to make the best of every single situation that you're in. You have to make the best of it. You have to find the positivity in it. It could be something negative, and you still have to literally look at it and focus on it and figure out what is the bright side of this situation. And it can be hard, and it could be like the bright side of the situation could be very stupid and minute, but it is a bright side. And then once you can see one bright side, you can start looking for more bright sides. You can start looking for other things just to make you happy, to see like things are going in the right direction. I tell people all the time, like I said, like being in your house, you're in your house. Okay. I mean, yeah, you pay your rent or whatever, or your mortgage or whatever, but your house needs to be you need to make it as fun as possible. If you can't leave the house, make it fun right there in your own home. Sometimes people feel like they need to go out to find something, or it can be right here. It can be right where you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Even if you don't have money, like even if you're in a like just going into a relationship real quick, people would say, I love the fact that you and your husband do date night.
Yeah.
Okay. But you know, when we didn't leave the house for over 100 days, we did date night here in the house, you know? Or when we didn't have money, when there was a time in our life when we didn't have money to go out, we walked around the park. We still go to the park. Once it gets warm, we will go to the park on a daily. We will have picnics. Everything doesn't have to be like, you have to have the money to do it. You just literally have to find the fun in where you are. You need to find the good in what you're doing. You need to find the positivity in everything that's happening. If you focus on that, it's really hard. It starts to diminish all the negative, and you don't even see that part anymore.
Yeah.
So that's what I would tell someone. Like, people like to focus on the bad side of things, and it's like, if you focus on the good side of things, you'll realize that you will focus on more good, and more good will start happening, and things will just start coming and pouring, like to the point where you're like, okay, this is getting crazy. Like, everything is going so good right now. Something crazy is gonna happen. But don't even think like that. Just keep receiving your blessings. Keep looking for blessings. Everything is there for you if that's what you're looking for.
Nice.
So
thank you so much, Melissa. Yes, sip on Anastasia. Thank you so much. You are such a breath of fresh air that I want people to enjoy it as well. Please tell the people how they can find you, all of your social media handles. Don't see that on YouTube. You need to get on YouTube, because I tried to look for you. I found one video, you and this Trini lady. I was talking about some blog myths and stuff like that, but I could not. And you were like trying on this wig, but I could not find your videos. What's up with YouTube? What happened? No love for YouTube?
I started YouTube, but then I was like, I kind of just got off of it because I felt like it wasn't like authentic to me. I felt like I had to make the videos a certain length. I felt like it was a little bit more pressure than just like hopping in and out, like how I do on social media with Instagram stories, or just like creating my cute little reels, like how I look posting a 1-minute video on YouTube.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
So even though I dabbled in it a little bit, I don't know if I'll get back there again, but right now you can find me on My Haitian House.
Yes.
On Instagram. I'm very prominent on Instagram. I don't really mess with the other social sites like that. But My Haitian House, and then my business is Big Chop Hair. All the hair extensions that you need. Get yourself looking right.
Yes. And what about those bottles behind you? What are those?
What are those? So these are okay. So these are some Pinaqofficial bottles. I really like this brand, Pinaqofficial. They have some different. They have 3 different flavors. Oh look, this drink right here is hitting me because I'm already like stumbling on my words, girl.
Is Pinaqofficial? Are you affiliated with Pinaqofficial? So if people were to purchase, is there like a code they can use where like
so you can use my code. Okay, so hold on. Cause now I'm really dead ass like hitting right now. Hold on. So
Anastasia, man. Anastasia.
My pour is heavy. Like it be like half vodka. Okay, so hold on. Let me get them brain cells popping. Hold on. Okay. So my code is MHH10, and it gets 10% off Pinaqofficial. But let me get one this other bottle right here.
Okay.
Okay. Because you know this right here. This is that cremas right here.
For real?
So this is a Haitian couple that owns this company. It's called LS Cream Liquor.
Okay.
And it's like reminiscent of cremas. So for my Haitians, they need a little something.
Right.
But it's for everybody because it's basically like with the Black Lives Matter, with the Black-owned business, with everyone just really trying to transition to having Black-owned products in their home.
Yes.
This is a great substitute for Bailey's.
And I know that you definitely, not to cut you off, you definitely rep for that. I want to make sure that I specify that you are big on supporting Black-owned businesses, Black-owned wine companies. You're really big about that. So, you know, please continue, but I want everybody to know that she means it.
Yes. Guns right here, so I have to look out for my peoples real quick.
Now I understand. Okay.
I have to grab this real quick and let y'all know.
Yes, that's the Black-owned. Yes.
So yeah. So
do they have a website? Like, can if people follow you, do you have like a link to get to them?
Yeah. So if people follow me, they will see that on my page.
Okay.
They can just go through my feed and check out the things that I rep on my page because I don't mess with people that ain't, popping. So
yeah. I hear you. You're popping, so of course it makes sense. Listen, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I enjoyed my time talking to you. This is the most fun I've ever had doing a Mindset Mommy episode. You're such a breath of fresh air. You are a gift to anybody who follows you. Please continue to flourish. I wish you nothing but more abundance and more vibes and great moods and just happiness. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you too for having me. I'm very happy to be here. Girl, I don't know now because I'm like, shit, what would do now?